Hey, this is Jason with JRob's Rocket Barbecue coming to you from Central Missouri. Beautiful, beautiful May day today. Today's a very special day because I just received my Hunsaker smoker. So if you want to take a look, see it's there in the back of my truck. We're going to go ahead and do an unload on it and probably do a video going over the smoker itself. And then we're going to do a burn on it just to warm it up and to season it. So thanks for joining me, and hopefully this is as cool as I think it's going to be. All right, so I should have videotaped us taking that box out of the truck. Watching my wife try to wrestle half of this out of the truck was its own adventure, and I'm shocked that we got it out without destroying this thing. But anyway, we're gonna unbox the thing now and take a look at her and see what we got here. Right away, notice the packaging is really good. Very solid, a lot of cardboard, a lot of plastic wrap, very well protected. Came on a tractor trailer truck, big truck, I guess it was a box truck. Got out a DHL delivery when he brought it. Real neat guy. I guess he tells me he used to work for the company, for Hunsaker, driving their trucks. So he kind of knows the company a little bit, knows the owner Mike. He says that everything he's heard is he's a really good smoker. Right away, we notice no damage to the box anywhere. There's labels all over this thing asking to look for damage, inspect for damage, but so far we're good. No damage at all. It's kind of a windy day today, hard to film out in the wind, so we're unboxing in the garage. Luckily my son is off doing something, and we have his bay here to work on. I'll just have to get this mess cleaned up before he gets home. Kind of funny opening a box on film because it feels like you're opening a box in front of a bunch of people. And you know, if you've ever done anything in front of a crowd, it always feels like you don't know what you're doing. You stage fright or something, but in any case, we'll get her. I might just take it out of the box from here and be wrapped good and tight. Try to utilize the wheels. Damn. There we go. Alright. Okay, that is out of the box. Okay, we'll work around here with the wheels. Make it a little easier. She rolls real good when she's out of the box. Get this box out of the way. So, got this thing out of the box. First thing we'll notice here is that it's wrapped pretty much head to toe in plastic. Has some kind of a cardboard here, almost looks like a wicker, but it's cardboard. And she's wrapped tight though. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera down, and we'll get the pocket knife out and start cutting away at some of this plastic. They're unwrapped. And here comes Hercules over here.
Oh, he's smart. I told you I didn't think I could do it.
We got her down. I couldn't have done it without you. Yeah, it's much easier now that we have it out of the box because of the wheels.
Better. Not after you're doing something else.
I suppose you are. So thankful. I love you. All right. Hang on. Take the knife here. Pretty flat black finish on it. Like getting a big girl out of spandex, I know.
It is like spandex. You're right. They did it, I'm sure, so that it wouldn't get scratched.
I wouldn't know anything about that. My buddy Pat would. That's a whole other story. Alright.
I can do that right
Thank you. Alright, so
there. Go ahead and keep you from tripping.
that is it. Now you see, we did this on one continuous shot. You can see the unboxing. You see there, we have the name tag up front, Hunsaker. Got your temperature gauge. Put my pocket knife back in my pocket here. You got, and that is nice and tight. So we might have to loosen that a tiny bit. Kind of get it oiled or something. Good quality construction. Got wheels. And once you tip it, you really don't even need to tip it. I guess you tip it if you're going over gravel or something like that, but you can see she rolls all super easy. Got this front caster wheel with a lock on it. And then if we pull this handle open, look what we got on the inside. All right, so what we have in here, and I'm gonna have to probably put the camera down here in a minute to kind of get into this. So we have our hanging rack, which I didn't think it came with this, but it does, so that's pretty cool. And I ordered the two grates. So we have two of these. I don't know if the camera shows it, but you have one and then one below it. And I had ordered a case, and I think that might be what we have underneath here in between the grates. You can kind of see how this works. You just kind of twist and it lifts out. All right, so put this camera back over here. All right, so we have our hanging rack. We have two grates. Looks like that is the cover, so that came with it. It's pretty great it didn't come separate. They're showing two separate shipping labels, so it looks like it came with it. And these grates are really cool because it has little handles on these grates. So I'm sure they're hot as can be whenever it's cooking, but you still reach in there with a good set of gloves or whatever and pull those right out. I think Hunsaker also makes little hooks you can reach in there and pull them out. So that's something, you know, as I cook and see if I need it, if I have it. But you look on the edge of these grates, they have these little nubs to be able to hook in, hold them in place. And then down inside, this is oh my goodness, that's nice and heavy. That's a lot of metal. All right. So, see this? We have our little diffuser here. Move it off. And then here's where we have our charcoal. So I do have some charcoal. I do have kind of everything needed. I probably need to go get some stuff to season this. So some cooking spray is what I've been told. Works really well. So maybe we'll run to the store and get some cooking spray, and then I'll video us or put together a video of it being seasoned, and we'll put some charcoal in it and do a burn and kind of get it warmed up. All right. Anyway, that's the unboxing of the Hunsaker. I'm pretty excited. First thing I thought when I saw her was that song Black Betty. So I'm going to go ahead and call her Black Betty for now. All right. So in addition to our parts, our rib hanger, and the drum itself, we did have an invoice sheet here. It has a handwritten thank you, which is pretty cool, along with the rib hanger, and let me know that the axle side is where we put the logo plate. Logo plate, this guy back here, if you're doing competition or you want to put a magnet or sticker, it gives you a place to do that. It's just on the back side there. Pretty cool. Also, I don't even know what this is yet because I haven't opened it. Came with this box. Looks like probably hardware. You know what this is? This is for the rib hanger. So a bunch of hooks go with that rib hanger right there. So yeah, good deal. And that's all that's in that box. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna make note of this just because it's something I noticed as I was kind of looking it over. We did have a kind of a fine scratch along the edge here. You can kind of see it right here. There's kind of a divot in the barrel itself. I don't think that's a big deal. And there's a scratch in the paint. The other thing, and it's probably not a big deal, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong or if you've had experience this, and it doesn't matter at all, but there's some surface rust all along this edge where there's no paint. And I'm hoping when we season it kind of takes care of that a little bit. This stuff here, that comes off. There's a little bit of rust there, that's no big deal. But right here on this edge, stuff's just a little deeper there on this edge. So I worked a lot with 55-gallon drums, not for smoking, but for burning and doing other things. So I know how fast these things can rust out. But we'll take good care of this, and hopefully this is nothing. We'll clean it up and get her seasoned. Okay, so I've moved our smoker over near our grill and porch. I figured it'd be best to start this process outside. We're going to go ahead and season it today. I'm going to be using pretty basic PAM spray. There is also a high heat. There's a few different ones. I've seen people online using generic brands. I don't think it matters too much. The main thing is just to get oil in the pan and get it heated up and get that metal seasoned. While I'm at it, in addition to the smoker itself, I'm going to go ahead and just season all the pieces today. Alright, so we'll start with the smoker itself. I'm going to go ahead and just put a thin layer on the lid itself, and then we're going to get inside of the can. Seasoned, all right, and then go ahead and do the diffuser and the grates next. As I season these things, I go ahead and just put them back in the smoker. So the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of season the charcoal pan. A lot of metal here, a lot of surface area. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to need to put charcoal out here in a minute. Here's our diffuser. Put a good coating on that. Okay. We've got our grates. For now, I'm just going to set these down here as I don't really want to set them down on the ground. Okay. itself in this wind. Kind of makes me wish I would have got the butter flavor, since I'm wearing it. All right, and last we have a rib cage. And what I didn't realize when I was taking it apart is it's held together with zip ties, but this whole top piece does come off. So I'm glad it does, because it'll be easier for cleaning. But that's just something to keep in mind. It does come apart. I want to set that down in here. Alright. For our charcoal today, we're going to be using Smoky Woods Lump Charcoal, Champion Char. And while I'm at it, I figured I'd throw in some of the mesquite chunks, also made by Smoky Woods. Maybe give it a little bit of flavor, a little bit of season inside the drum. I have to admit, I do not have a lot of experience with charcoal. I'm hoping to change that. But I filled this between a third and a halfway full of the charcoal there. And I'm gonna go ahead and light it up. If you've ever seen videos online, they always use the little starters and throw them in there and get it going. And then throw some charcoal on top and it gets the blaze and does this thing. Well, I don't have any of those, and I'll get some eventually. But for now, I'm gonna try something a little different, and we'll see if it works here. I have, it's called the Gas Power Propane Grill Lighter. This thing's a beast. If you can hear it. See if we can get that to light the charcoal. And if it lights, I'll put some more charcoal up on top of that, and that should be good. I will definitely be using the fire starters from here on out. My cool little toy over there, it did the job, but man, it took a while to get it going. And in the meantime, it shot sparks all over the place. Burning my hands, put holes in my clothes. It was a mess. So there's probably a reason you don't see people use that dumb thing very often. But in any case, I don't know if the video can hear it or not, but that thing is sizzling. So we're gonna go ahead and get her battened down. I'm gonna put the grates back in there, close it up, and see if we can get that up to temp. Well, that was a lot of fun. I got it all together and realized I didn't put the wood chunks that I wanted in it. I wanted a little bit of that cook. And so like a dummy, I reached in there and grabbed that diffuser to pull it out. And sure enough, the thing was already pretty doggone hot. So nice little scald there. And then trying to use oven mitts and try to lift that thing out when it's covered in that cooking spray. That was its own problem. So anyway, kind of glad I didn't have anyone helping me video this. Otherwise, it would have been one heck of a fun video of me just tripping all over myself. Well, here we are. I have it lit. It's, as you can see, smoking real nice. And the temp's already up to 200 degrees. So we're gonna try to get up to 300, and then we're gonna set the control down here. We have start, run, and stop. So once it gets up to temp, we'll put it on run, and then we'll adjust this top lever and try to get it set where we can hold it right at 300 degrees. And that'll be kind of the fun thing while we're seasoning it, is try to get it to regulate the temperature we want. There's our fat cat. Hey kitty. She's gonna help us cook today. Sorry, there's no food. It's just some smoking wood. Okay, we are just about to 300. She just crept right up there. Took maybe 10 minutes, if that. Not too bad. So what I'm going to do now is use a little foot pedal here and just kind of move it over to run. Probably should have locked that front wheel. It's nice and tight. So I have that on run. We'll kind of watch this. I'm going to close this off just a little. And we're going to kind of see if it goes up or down. And we'll adjust the pedal as we need to and see if we can get it to regulate right at 300 degrees. Well, I am very new to charcoal cooking. Everything I've done the last few years has been pellet. And as I've got into competition and wanted to kind of expand, I realized I needed to get into charcoal and do that. So as I do some of the demonstrations and things with the smoker, you'll find that I act like someone who doesn't know what they're doing because I don't. And maybe that'll help somebody who watches this because they'll see from a standpoint of someone who's new to it, how to do it. And if you know what you're doing, well, maybe you get a good laugh out of me being an idiot. So one of the things I did notice, and in a lot of the videos, it talks about changing the temperature on the gauge by adjusting this. What it doesn't, what no one ever goes into is what direction you do. So basically, the way I understand this, the way it's been working as I've played with it for the last 20 minutes, is if you pull it this direction and you open it, it's creating more airflow and it raises your temperature. Whereas if you pull it this way, you're closing it, and closing it restricts the airflow and it lowers your temperature. So you just adjust this back and forth until you get to the right temperature. And so far we've been at 300 for about 25 minutes, and that seems to be just the right spot. As far as this thing down here goes, I haven't really messed with the switch for the start, run, and stop. I just put it on straight run. I've been regulating all my airflow through this guy. If I learn later that it's easier to do it with the foot control, or that it works better that way, or it has some advantage, then I'll be doing that. But for now, I'm just using the top to change that. It has been about, I don't know, a little over an hour and a half. I think we're coming up on 2 hours. I did fiddle with the controls just a little bit. I opened this up a little more, the exhaust valve, and I adjusted the intake down and kind of went back and forth, just kind of seeing what the temperature would do, how it would rise and lower and raise the temperature. I kind of just set on putting it back on run and resetting this to where I had it, and as you can see, here we are, you know, coming up on 3 hours, and we are almost dead on the money for 300. So I kind of found the sweet spot for this where I want it to be for 300, and there's a few other things I'll cook later on that are going to be probably down, you know, between 225, 275, 250, whatever. But for some of the hot and fast stuff I'm going to be doing here soon, some of the stuff I'm going to be playing with, 300 is kind of the magic. Plus seasoning it is recommended 300 degrees. So anyway, that's it. It looks like we're almost done seasoning it, and it's a good thing the sun's getting ready to go down. I hear there's a storm coming in here pretty soon. So we will get this thing cooled off and covered up and put away, and hopefully in the next day or two we'll cook our first batch. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to try some chicken, some spatchcock chicken. So stay tuned.